And today we're reacting to Travis Hunter fires these shots at his haters. Shout out everybody watching right now on Twitch. If you're not on the Twitch, make sure you pull up. In regards to Travis Hunter's situation, if O'Shea is on here clip farming, trying to just get his money, I understand because I'm here with him watching. That being said, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Favorite news network, the Dusty News Network. You know where Negro news comes first, and I'm so excited to be your host today. Breaking news. Travis Hunter is a very...
Travis Hunter has some of the worst dreads ever created. I could tell it was like kind of like everybody else. It was just one of those situations where he got the high top, you feel me, and then he let it grow and grow, and then he went ahead and twisted them and brought them down. I could tell that's what happened. But damn, y'all getting hit with 7, 10 ads, 50 ads? Damn.
Special case. I don't think there's been an athlete like him in the last 10 years who's done something so silly, which is getting married to a woman with no prenuptial agreement, especially with a history of getting...
Let me ask y'all, chat, real quick. Could you, like, with a woman you've been with for 8 years, 9 years, think about how locked in with you are. Nick said yes. You can ask Shorty, hey, but I do want you to sign this prenup, though. Let's say your girl didn't do none of the stuff Leanna Lene did, though. Let's just say she's just your woman. Y'all been good. Everything's been perfect up until. You can still ask her? Yes? I don't know, man. She better sign it. I'm going to spit on her dad. All right. Hell yeah. Okay. All right.
Her cheeks clapped across social media like Leanna Lene. Like, she didn't even try to hide it. It was all there. It's all visible. He saw the proof. He had every reason to cut her off, but didn't do it. And
I'm not gonna have my girl.
He was reprimanded for it.
Hunter has a prenup. Everyone who's married has a prenup. It just was written by the state. It was written by the government. Okay. Rather than written by him and the person he allegedly loves more than the other 8 billion other options in the world. Like, every marriage has a prenup. A prenup is just a rule set. Okay. And Travis Hunter is a smart guy who knows how to play within a rule set, because his NFL career and his college career, all this demonstrates how well he plays within a rule set. Anytime I've represented professional athletes, which I've many of over a 25-year career, I can tell you, these guys know how to work within a rule set. They know how to bend a
Facts, Juan. Facts.
Rule set. They know how to comport themselves to what's expected of them. But what's foolish here is that he has decided, look, I've been to the DMV. I've never walked into the DMV and went, these people should be in charge of everything. They should be in charge of the rules of my relationship. And see, NFL players in particular are really susceptible, because here's why. NFL players have the shortest careers of professional.
Right. That's what I was saying in the last video I watched.
But wait, there's more. But Travis Hunter is still spending money before even playing an NFL game. And we know that he got recently married to Leanna Lene, and he bought her a $600,000 car or a truck or Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon.
600 racks. That was too hard.
Okay, so we know about that. But he hasn't stopped, okay? Get this. A breathtaking 13-room mansion, all right, before he even plays a game. 13
rooms? Damn, he ain't playing. 13-room mansion.
This lavish mansion is 8,125 square foot. It's located inside of the dated Deerwood Country Club. It contains 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and a 4-car garage. It is on the incredible 7.5 acres and includes an outdoor swimming pool, pickleball court, home gym, billiards table, and theater room.
Niggas said a lot of places for niggas to hide. A lot of space for niggas to hide. Y'all are no good, bro. Can't y'all see that she never gonna cheat on him again? Can't y'all see that she gonna stay loyal and not do that in the nigga's $50 million home with the 600,000? Can't y'all see that?
Okay. Now, I know guys are going to think about what is to be worried about regarding the prenuptial agreement. Of course, we already know that part, but let's look at it from another perspective, okay? Just last year, Caleb Williams, it was rumored that he bought a $13 million home. He was the number 1 pick in the 2024 draft, and Travis Hunter is the number 2 pick of 2025. He bought allegedly a house worth $12.9 million, and Cam Newton talked about that, and this is what he had to say.
As soon as you buy something, or as you're considering buying something, you need to also be considering the escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
What was the quote on Heat? Did y'all see that?
Elaborate.
Never be attached to something that you can't leave in 60 seconds.
They say I look like this nigga. Is that true, y'all? But I agree though. Like, I feel like as people, when we start leveling up and getting money and stuff, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for saying that. Wow. Thank you guys so much for saying that. I've dead ass been somewhere and a nigga said Cam Newton. I've had a nigga come up to me and say Jalen Ramsey. Dead serious. But anyway, when you start leveling up your lifestyle and you getting more money, you know what I'm saying? We have a tendency to want to break off and like elevate our lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if we can just take a second just to kind of let our money stack, you feel me, before we just take these jumps, because like he said, you need an exit plan. Like, you get into new spots, new whips and shit. If let's say it doesn't act like the same thing doesn't keep going for you, you know, hopefully it does, but if it doesn't, you could potentially be in some type of financial crisis fast. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes when you get that level up, I would really suggest, I ain't no financial advisor or nothing, but I would definitely suggest that you just hold on to your fucking cheese, bro. Please. Niggas be trying to get shit and be like, okay, so once I get this, I'm gonna invest all my money into just wait. Hold on to some of the bread. Just hold on some. Just wait a second. I'm telling you, I've been there.
So he said, hey, you might not want to buy something that you can't liquidate within 60 seconds. Now, that's interesting because probably Cam Newton, who's a former number 1 pick himself, most likely made this same mistake. But the second point he's going to make is awesome.
But understand this.
It's a backbreaker.
That's still your
young dog.
4 years down the pipeline, and you talk about, bro, I want to trade. And you're going to be stuck with that fee on 3 acres, 2.9. Yeah.
Now, he's like, hey, in the NFL, you're buying a home thinking you're going to be there forever, but things change so much in the league, guys. We already know coaching staffs changes. The Jaguars were not good that last year, so it's possible that they could bring in a new head coach. They can bring in a new general manager, and that general manager or head coach can convince the owner, hey, listen, Travis Hunter is a liability in the system that we want to run. We don't want him there anymore. It's the same thing that happened with Aaron Glenn in the Jets. Now, Aaron Glenn, the new head coach of the New York Jets, wanted nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. All right, he was like, "Look, I'm the head coach now, so I'm bringing you in. We got a new general manager. We don't believe that we want you there, so you're done." All right, and Rodgers had to go, and he just signed recently with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's also take into account that it'd be hard for you to sell your house. Look at Deebo Samuels, okay? Deebo Samuels is one of those players that requested a trade not just once, but twice, okay? And he bought a house. It's now listed for $5 million. I believe he sold it, but it was in Morgan Hill. And hey, before he got traded to the Washington, D.C. Commanders, he had to basically sell his house. Remember, he probably bought this home. He has 550 pair of shoes inside of this house, but believing that he may be there for his entire career. And do you think he'll be dumb enough to basically get traded and buy another home like this again? Probably not. He'll probably just lease a very nice house, but he probably won't know what's going to happen. But the last part is interesting.
And not a lot of people can buy, or not say 2.9, 12.9
Yeah, 12.9.
12.9.
in Chicago.
So here he's like, look, how many people, talking about Caleb Williams again, could even afford that house? This is another question about living in Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida is not Miami.
Right.
All right. I can see somebody wanting to buy.
Jacksonville, Florida is definitely a treacherous area for any people in Jacksonville. I got some family out there. They always tell me about how don't come to Jacksonville. Just kind of go to Miami or something like. You know what I'm saying?
A house like that in Miami. I can see somebody.
Oh, he's from Jacksonville. You from Duval?
Like that in New York City, maybe, or even LA. But Jacksonville, Florida, how many people could buy Travis Hunter's house that wants to live in Jacksonville? Now, Jacksonville is the largest city by population in Florida. I did not know that. But who wants to live in Jacksonville? I mean, talk about Florida. Where do you want to live? Everybody wants to go to Miami.
I'm sure it's still probably nice in Jacksonville. Like, they got some places. Nobody? Damn. I thought it was still like, you in Florida. You know what I'm saying?
You're
not in the Everglades or
you hear
something.
about Orlando. Like, it's not Jacksonville, I think, that people are wanting to live. I'm pretty sure property value is much higher in Miami or Tampa than it is in Jacksonville, Florida. So it may be very hard to sell. We don't know. But again, it's a bad move to make when you're on a team that's losing, and the general manager and the head coach that brought you in most likely will not be there unless you guys make the playoffs next year, and you probably won't make the playoffs next year. Travis. You're making all the wrong mistakes, son. And, you know, it's interesting how people think that they're going to be different from somebody else and don't want to listen to other people's experiences because it's them. And that's typical of young people. And that's why there are going to be always so many opportunities in the world, because of people who are stubborn and think like Travis Hunter. Bruh, you got to understand that people have been.
I ain't gonna lie, if I'm Travis Hunter, especially with all these things going on, I'm definitely like, if I'm just putting myself in the mindset at this point, like how deep in I am as Travis Hunter, I'm like trying to prove niggas wrong. I'll go against the grain all the way, cause I'm gonna be so upset that I got niggas, you know, with loose ass collars. You know, I fuck with O'Shea. I just gotta keep saying that, but I got niggas with loose salmon color collars on and hats down to their eyebrows, thinking they know what's best for me. I'll be mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, damn, I'm sick of listening. Like, I'm sick of this shit. So, it would be hard for me to listen to anybody after all this flack I got, you know what I'm saying? And some more shit. I can't be mad at the nigga, you know? Yes, or some things. The craziest thing, I think, to me, and I always say this, is, pocket watching as well, is just the fact that Shorty was on some wild shit. He saw this and he said, oh, okay, it's okay, man, come back. You feel me? That's the only thing where I'm like, damn. But since he made this choice, let the nigga rock, man.
These experiences before, and you're just like 22 years old, and you're making
facts. And I'm on. You can't tell me what to do. I'm Travis fucking Hunter. I'm definitely on that.
In all of the wrong choices because you just feel like you're going to double down, and you are doubling down on stupidity. And again, a $3.2 million house, just buying it when you don't know if you're going to be on that team in the next 3 to 4 years.
What got me though, what O'Shea got me with the good good clickbait is he said Travis Hunter fires these shots at his haters. So I'm thinking he was finna say something. No, it's just my nigga O'Shea getting his money.
Here's what I would suggest to anybody. Just rent.
But at least it's a Dusty News Network though.
If you want to buy something or have like a real estate holding company where you buy several assets, I mean, I can understand somebody doing that. You know, you might want to invest in $1 million worth of property in a certain place and hold that in a holding company. That is to be expected. But just to buy a $3.2 million home in a city you may or may not be in the next 3 to 4 years is crazy, especially when it's tied to no prenuptial agreement. Because if she leaves, she'll automatically get half of the house and she'll get to keep it, and you'll have to pay for it or have to sell it. And then who are you going to sell it to? It's a lot of people that only want to live in Jacksonville, Florida as it is.
Do O'Shea get hoes? There's just no way.
But hey, what do I know? You're richer than me. Next story. So guys, we're going all the way to Nashville, which is technically in Tennessee, one of the dustiest states I cover here on the program. And today we're dealing with this young lady, Eulandria Bond. Now, Eulandria Bond is...
I just know she was on some vicious shit. She went star tattoo right in the middle of the neck. Right smack dab.
36 years old, and she got into it with her 17-year-old daughter. This is not uncommon. I mean, both are still very young, and people disagree all the time. But what happened next might shock you.
This is the Richland Hills Apartments on Maudina Avenue. Police say when they got there, Eulandria Bond told them that she and her daughter had been fighting right before the shooting. And she told police she fired a shot through her daughter's bedroom door to scare her, but the bullet hit the daughter in the leg. Now, I was looking at the affidavit. It does not say how old the daughter is, but the daughter is listed as a juvenile. Bond right now, the mom.
You know how your mom used to be like, Nick said Astral throat. You know how your mom used to do shit like, that's Dior if you was a stud. Y'all fucking me up. You know how when your mom used to be like, when we get home, I'm gonna whoop you. You know, do certain tactics to scare you. This mom said, oh, I know I got something for your ass. I'm gonna shoot through the door. Different.
Mom is charged with aggravated assault, and her bond is set at $30,000.
Now, Eulandria is saying that she fired this gun to scare her daughter but stopped the show. Why does Eulandria Bond look like a Chicago YN? She looks like a mixtape rapper with no sales family. I don't know what this person is. This lady looks like a Pookie for real. Like Pookisha, whatever. You already like you got like 4 strikes and you're already a convicted felon. You look like
34.
You look like you're a YN. The fact that you out here trying to shoot guns because you want to scare somebody is ridiculous. How did you even get the gun in the first place? You know what? Stop the show. It don't even matter. You're from Tennessee. Woo! People from Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida, and Georgia always find a way to get illegal weapons and do something like this on my
Texas
show.
as well.
So never mind. I answered my own question. Now your ass is going to be in trouble forever. Next story. So this next lady here is giving some relationship advice for you women out there who have been
King
in
Trav, what's
toxic
good?
relationships with men, and it does happen, right? And my apologies if you were in a toxic relationship. I don't know why you didn't call me. I could have definitely helped you with that. But let's
The freakiest man on the internet.
see if she's right.
Literally the bare minimum, and you're gonna be like, oh my
Woman says the first good man to meet after a cycle of toxic relationship isn't the one. He's just the first man who shows you what healthy looks like.
God, the love of my life. This is not the love of your life. After a cycle of dating toxic men, or maybe you were the toxic one, you are going to date a really nice guy. He is going to be so good to you. That is not your man. This is the first guy that has given you the bare minimum treatment. This is the first guy who has showed you what the foundation of dating someone should look like. Kindness, thinking of the other person, opening doors for you, literally the bare minimum. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, the love of my life. This is not the...
You know, it's like, why do certain women that haven't experienced, she said open door, she's saying things like open door, niggas you are allowing yourself to go and fuck around with people who won't even open the door for your ass. She said some shit like open doors. Like, damn, that's how niggas is coming. This is how niggas can get. And she's saying, oh, as soon as you experience a nigga open doors doing bare minimum shit, man, that's when you gonna realize, like, yo, that's crazy. Facts. I open the door for anyone, a woman just walking. A nigga could be walking behind me. Hey, here you go, bro. I might not just open that bitch and let the nigga through, but I'm gonna open it. Oh, appreciate you, gang. Oh yeah, for sure.
Love of your life. This is just a dude. I understand because that happened to me. It's happened to a lot of my friends. It's that first healthy relationship that you get into after a cycle of toxic ones. This is your opportunity to take a step back And instead of attaching yourself to this human being because they're giving you the bare minimum, you need to understand what it is that you actually want in a relationship, in a partner. You need to understand if you are the person that you want to be with yet. You have this idea that this person is the one for you because they're kind and nice, but that is the bare minimum. You should have more outside of just the kindness that they show you in the relationship to build a long-term relationship. That's not your man. I promise you that is not your man.
Now she's saying that if you're in a toxic relationship and you've always been in toxic relationships, the first guy that is treating you nice is not the person you're supposed to be with.
That's not the nigga you're supposed to be with.
Showing you, what a healthy relationship looks like. So you probably shouldn't be with that person. You should wait
until the next person that says you a little bit more than that. It don't even make sense
until you're ready to commit and get to somebody.
That's the beautiful thing about the internet, though. You can get on this bitch and say whatever. You can say whatever, and you can get some people to be like, "Hell yeah, I fuck with you."
Better. I can agree.
You can make money off of talking nothing.
With that, to a certain degree, but life is not always about what's better. Life is all about what's available. Okay, you can always find somebody.
Hold on.
That's better. And ultimately, that might not even be the case. A lot of ladies, I think, understand this. And even in the comment sections, like, well, man, this guy is showing you love. That's an opportunity for you. And this whole idea is that, the guy will come around. This person will come around. I just don't agree with that. I feel like nobody comes. You got to go to it. I mean, we all got to be active and get into college when we were young. We got to be active and getting the kind of career that we want. I mean,
Okay, I feel that. You have to actively. Yeah,
you need to put yourself in
that.
a position to be what the person is. And sometimes you can get lucky. I think if you find a good man or a good woman and they're around you and you didn't do anything, you got lucky, right? Usually you have to be progressing into becoming somebody that somebody else wants. I see so many times women just thinking that somebody's going to come to them because, of who they are, and really they may not be trying to add a lot of value to a man's life or something like that. And then what happens is you got lucky one time and you may very well find yourself in a situation of being toxic. And one of the reasons why that might be able to happen is because you might be toxic. One of the reasons why men and women get into toxic relationships is because they're toxic themselves. So
they really like that shit. Dior, I need that Fleece 20v1. And they really like that shit. I've known people who like to be in like they need some toxicity. They're gonna start some shit just because, damn man, I ain't got riled up in a minute. Like I need that. It's kind of crazy to think about, as people who choose to have peaceful lives, but there are people that are out there that are like, oh no, I need a spaz though.
You meet somebody who is not toxic and you may still be toxic, and then you ignore the individual thinking that somebody's going to come better, and that person's probably not going to come because you're not better. You're probably still toxic. So every day you don't get an opportunity to find a good friend or find a good mate. There are opportunities in business, there are opportunities in other things, but finding good people is very difficult, especially as you get older. You might want to take the chance when somebody really shows they care about you, especially if you like them back.
For real shit.
Guys,
because how you gonna just, damn, I'm really appreciating. You still speak to Cordelia? Hell yeah. How you gonna see a good thing and be like, nah, that's not the one. Hell nah, that's not the one. It's the next one. That's just insane. Just for you to go and get to the next one and the nigga start spazzing on your ass and he doing you worse than the toxic one. You know what I'm saying? That being said, man, y'all let me know what you think. Like the video, so comment, the bench, channel. I appreciate it. Great for y'all. We gone. Pull to the switch. And he let do it.